Dove.
What is up, everybody? Here we are. It is your two favorite boys, ABG and Jared, in what was not planned at all, but coincidentally is our very first live episode.
Hey,
None of you are probably watching live simply because it wasn't planned. It's just the way that this site is making us record now. So if you do see us on Facebook and pop in, hey, good to see you.
yeah,
Um,
welcome in, welcome in. We back at it for another one.
yeah. And this will be on YouTube Monday morning, as well as the audio on Spotify. As always, it has been a long time since we've been on the show, close to 2 months. Our last episode premiered on February 6th. Um,
Oh wow, that was the Valentine's episode, wasn't it? Who
it it was, and it
do
was
we have a
also
do we have a
the ep-
guest?
I don't know. I don't think we did. It doesn't say we did.
Okay.
Um, but we did predict the Super Bowl in that episode. Um, and
Yes.
me and you both predicted the Eagles, and we saw how that turned out.
And we both were wrong.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, a lot of stuff has happened in this past almost 2 months. Um, I know for me personally, we've been going through a lot of sickness in the house. A few weeks back, I actually got strep throat, and sometimes it sounds like my throat is still recovering a little bit from it. And then Tiff got strep throat, and then actually this past week, well, I'm not gonna say we lost, but our oldest cat, Chip, passed away. So it's been quite literally one of the hardest months here lately, just because a lot of stuff's been going on, and ABG has also had a lot too.
Yeah, on my
Um,
end, man. I can't. I haven't really been having to deal with any sickness or anything like that. But also, I'm sorry about Chip. You know, he was a real one. Um, but no, I was in Oregon and I got jacked. So I left my backpack in my rental car, and then somebody came through and busted my rental car window and uh, stole my backpack. So I've been kind of down bad here recently, and but yeah, but we're getting there. We're getting on better. So we decided to come back for another one for you guys.
yes, we did. Um, yeah, so we some of y'all probably thought we were not gonna be making it back to your earwaves, but we are.
Ooh, I
We
like that. Earwaves.
we never actually planned to quit. It's just between Arthur's laptop getting stolen and then everything that was going on with me, it just wasn't working out. Um so sometimes when we say life happens, we quite literally mean, hey, life was a pain this
Yeah, man.
past month and a half, almost
Yeah,
2 months. So, but hey, here we are. We're back at it. I'm not gonna promise every week, but we are still gonna try to bring one every other week. Now that
at
we can,
least.
yeah, now that we can get back into the swing of everything. Um, but yeah, man, it's uh, it's been some time, and I think the best way to do it is to just go ahead and get into it, right? So we know that if you listen to the show, we are all kind of fans of the Atlanta Hawks.
Yep.
Disappointingly so. Um, and also in the past 2 months since we've been off, right? Um, in that time, the Hawks have fired Nate McMillan,
Oh yeah.
hired Quinn Snyder, and yet still suck. It
And
is
they still are just painfully mediocre.
yes, we are quite literally the most mediocre team at best in the league because we are just so we're like at 500 all season long.
Yes, bro. Like I saw this stat and I wish I had pulled it up, but it was something like we have been 13 and 13, 14 and 14, all the way to
Yeah,
um like well we're sitting at we're 38 and 39 right now because we lost last night,
yeah.
but all the way up to 38 and 38. Like it has been like in that 2 month span pretty much since we have been kind of taking our hiatus. The Hawks were never 2 games above or below 500. Like how do you do that? That is insane. I think that I mean I'm pretty sure they have a record now for
Yeah.
that. But that is not really a record you want to have. Like at
No,
least
man.
like pick a lane. Either you're gonna be good, you know. They sometimes they look good against these really good teams,
Yeah.
and then they can look like shit against some bad teams. So like I just don't know it. And when they were doing it under Nate, I was like, maybe it's a coaching thing. Maybe we just need to get rid of Nate. And then they did get rid of Nate, and now we're just seeing more of the same. So this is more on the player side, man.
And here's a question, right? Here's one thing we should ask. Is it possibly this guy who's bitten down? Is it our superstar, Trey Young? Like because it's been reported, right, that
That camera, that picture doesn't really
it's
look like Trey is the superstar there. It looks like DJ is the
yeah, it looks like
superstar.
well, you know, to each their own. Maybe we want
Look,
DJ to be the guy,
he's
but
down in the bottom left corner, like super out of focus, not even
yeah,
looking like
that's
anywhere.
because
But
that's because they have to talk about the problems behind his back. Um, but
I think Trey is the problem right now,
no, no,
man.
that's what I'm saying. Like they're talking
Okay,
about Trey behind his back.
yeah, good.
Um, because man, it's been reported like right before Nate was fired too. Like Trey was this big problem in the locker room. Um, I know last season he was leading the league in turnovers. I don't think he is right now. I just know that, man, I think he's crazy talented, but it seems like his ego is getting the best of his talent
Yeah,
in the locker room.
for sure. Like I don't know. It's like you can be, this larger than life kind of figure, like this kind of like a hole or whatever that you want to portray it as a villain or whatever, but you gotta be able to back that up, and you can't just be like, well, we'll wait until the playoffs to really ramp it on and back it up what we're about. But like when you're treading water like this, in eighth place, um, you got to go to the play-ins, and you're not officially in the playoffs. Like we saw what happened last year.
Mhm.
You hit the play-ins, then you got to play the number one team, and then you're out. You know what I'm saying? You get bounced out, you get swept.
Yeah.
So to I feel like to put this team in the best possible position, they need to be going for top six. You know what I'm saying? You want to be in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And not having to deal with this. But I don't know what it is. I guess it's just egos, man.
We really should have brought our good buddy Drew on because if you recall, I think it was about a year ago, maybe it was longer than that, but Trey Young had an interview where he said he don't really care about the season.
Yeah, the regular
Yeah.
season.
And I know we had Drew on for the show. We were talking about that. And basically, here we kind of are again, where it's just kind of obvious that Trey does not care at all during the season.
Yeah,
But with, I hate, personally, I hate the play in, but um, because it's a thing, I feel like you have to care about the regular season because you don't want to be in the play in. And he
exactly.
he doesn't seem to care about it like at all. And to me, play-in isn't playoffs. Like you gotta get in the playoffs after that.
Yeah.
Uh, so if you get bounced from play-in, nah, you definitely underachieved in the season.
Yeah,
Uh,
and I mean, and like last season, of course, we beat Cleveland team who is definitely better this season,
way better.
and a Charlotte team who is still more or less mediocre. But like you gotta look at who you're gonna be playing this season, and of course, I don't have the the playoff picture pulled up
I
right
got you.
now,
I
but
got you.
some of these teams that are hanging around right there, they ain't nothing to play with. You know what I'm saying?
So the playoff picture in the play-in right now, the Hawks would be scheduled to face the Heat at 7.
Yeah,
Um, but man, there's maybe 2 or 3 questionable teams in the East because Chicago,
I would put them as questionable. You know, I feel like we could beat them.
yeah. I I honestly don't know if we come out on top against Toronto.
Yeah,
Um, and
because
they're
they play hard every playoff opportunity they have.
yeah, and they're right below us. The Brooklyn Nets are in 6 out of nowhere after trading everybody. They're actually a scary good team.
I mean, yeah,
Uh,
they whooped the brakes off of us last night.
yeah,
What was
I
it like 120 something to 107, 124, 107, something like that?
oh, I'll tell you, I got my sports app, so I can pull up
It,
all these things
um,
right now. They beat us, yeah, 124 to 107.
Jeez, man, like, and then we had just beat Cleveland
Yeah,
the
by
other
2
night
the night before,
before that. Yeah. Oh yeah, by
or a
two.
couple nights. Yeah,
Um, like I don't know, man. Some of these games, you know, are close. You know, they played the Timberwolves. They lost by one.
yeah.
Um,
Well, we're literally at 500. Like we're not too good, and we're not technically terrible.
yeah, and I don't know. Like, if it's if you want to carry this win lose type of thing, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to get home court, you know,
Yeah,
in a playoff situation, so you'll be able to or at least you want to win at home, and then you know go to somebody else's, and if you're gonna lose, at least be on the winning side of the whole equation, you know. But I don't that's not gonna happen right now. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna go to somebody's house
yeah.
and get the shit kicked out of them. Then we're probably gonna lose a couple games in Atlanta, and like it's gonna be all bad. It's gonna be all bad.
Yeah, man, I think it's weird. I will say personally, as we kind of get to the end of this topic here, that if I had to, I've always been going back and forth, but Luka Doncic, because him and Trey are also compared side by side because of the trade on draft day and
Yeah,
everything.
man, they're gonna have a tether to him forever.
I think it doesn't really matter who we have because Luka seems to be a cancer on his team also. Like no matter what star he's got by his side,
Oh yeah,
he seems to just be a cancer to his team also. And also one thing I don't like about Luka now is he's always whining to the refs. Like every single possession, it's like, "Oh, refs, you didn't call that." Like, dude, shut up and play.
yeah,
Like
man.
just go get the
And
next possession.
that's another thing I feel like Trey does a little bit too much. It's like they're just getting in their own way. You know, we
Yeah,
already know that you are this talented basketball player. Just like
that's true.
and then we know that the refs suck. You know,
Yeah.
but refs don't suck that bad. You know what I'm saying?
No, no. I mean,
Refs
come on.
refs ain't that bad.
I mean, y'all telling me, right? Like, especially when, you're with your boys and you're playing pickup ball, like you don't get every when you're playing pickup ball at the park, you're getting hit like all the time. And
Yep.
everybody just goes to the next possession, like no big deal, right? okay, so what? Your shoulder knocked me over, or you hit me with your elbow. No big deal. Like they're whining for nothing, in my opinion, and which is also weird. Luca got fined because he did the whole money thing to the refs in that one game, and then Trey continuously blasts them in press conferences. So yeah, I feel like they're they're kind of linked in that way, but at the same time, you know, whatever. I guess either one of them, it wouldn't even matter who was on our team at this point because they're kind of starting to both be a cancer.
Yeah.
Um, but you know what? Speaking of cancer and things that kill people, let's talk about The Last of Us.
All
And
right.
we um we didn't get to review this. Arthur did start talking about it in our last couple of episodes. However, I hadn't started watching it yet. Um, and basically, especially a show like that with 9 episodes, because I knew the quality of it, we waited till the end of it to start binging it, me and Tiff. But yeah, we finished watching it, and so does the show live up to the hype of the game? Essentially, in my opinion, yes, and then some. Um, Only because, like, in the game, there's there's zombies everywhere, but you can't do that in a show, really. Like, it's got to be more story driven.
Yeah, it would be
And
it would be way too long of episodes. You wouldn't really get
yeah,
anything done. It would be more like The Walking Dead, you
yeah,
know,
exactly.
if every episode they're dealing with some horde or they have to, fight through 1,000 zombies to get somewhere, because this is a cross country
Yeah,
multi month journey that they're going on. So like they can't get bogged down by a million zombies.
I do think it should have been 10 episodes because the last episode was really rushed.
Was
Um,
it? I mean, okay, so like I compare it, I kind of compare the episode links and stuff to like what else they're talking about, like if they're introducing new characters
yeah,
that weren't in the TV show, if they're making changes. But I feel like that last episode was more or less like that whole last like mission of the game. And it really wasn't that long when you take out when you take out that I'm not playing as Joel fighting all these people in this hospital, when you make it strictly
yeah.
about the entertainment part of it and basically what's happening. It like that being like that 50-minute range, in my opinion, wasn't that bad.
No, no, I'm not saying it felt rushed because like the scenes were rushed. I'm more speaking on the emotional side of it. Like, okay, those last few episodes, right? Joel almost dies, um, and then essentially, as soon as he recovers from the penicillin, goes and kills everybody. Or actually, Ellie kills all those people, the pastor and those people, and he just kind of meets up with her after all that. Um, and then from there to the last episode is a 3 month time jump, and basically, as soon as they arrive in the city itself, they get knocked out. Now it's hospital time. Um, where I'm talking about where it feels rushed is I feel like they should have had like one more episode about their connection, because for those past couple episodes, we saw Joel pretty much out of it for close to 2 episodes, and we didn't get much of that relationship building. So,
I mean, yeah, I get
yeah,
that.
I'm not saying the last episode itself was rushed. I'm saying the build up to it seemed rushed. Like keep the last episode, but add an episode before it just for another episode of like relationship building.
But I mean, I do feel like they're kind of building this whole their relationship. I mean, of course, throughout the season, um, and I think that Joel kind of doesn't. he doesn't want to show emotion for this girl because obviously she's not his daughter and stuff like that, and basically she's just kind of cargo on this trip. But then like you get those scenes where she's reading the jokes
Yeah.
to him, and you know when he takes her or when they meet the giraffe, or you know, just all the little moments I feel like
Yep.
turn into bigger moments, especially when Joel gets injured and he sees that she stays and you know takes care of him. And so you know when she's gone, I feel like that's the switch to kind of surrogate daughter mode. Like whenever he comes out of that and he's trying to save her, but I mean obviously she doesn't need saving, and she like completely demolishes that community.
Yeah.
um but yeah, no, I feel like it that's all a
Mostly
huge build up,
Christians.
and then once they get to the hospital, I guess that little 3 month jump, probably they you stuff that happens off camera, I guess, him or kind of them getting more into that
Yeah.
relationship. So of course it could have been stuff that's more on camera, but
Yeah.
I get it. But
But I will say
what did you think about the changes, the changes to Bill and Frank, like the changes to the zombies, how they operate? What did you think about that?
I thought it was all great. Like, okay, so I know like the old people on Twitter and the hardcore conservatives probably had a different feeling on Bill, but
Well, I mean, those are okay. I anytime like there's a video game series or something like that, or like or like Star Wars,
yeah,
where they do have these LGBTQ characters, even if they were already in other media and real fans actually know who they are, you know what I'm saying? It's just that whenever you put it on TV and then anybody can consume it, you know, kind of like that niche stuff when it's like a video game, maybe like a cartoon series or something like that, people don't
yeah,
other people don't, you know, engage with it. But like um when you have a TV show and everybody's just like watching it, um, or like sharing clips and stuff, people get all upset, all in a tizzy. Oh, that character's gay. Oh man, the alphabet police are here and they want to turn our kids gay and stuff like that. Like no, like it. Obviously, they changed Bill and Frank's situation in the TV show, and in the video game they it was obviously heavily implied that Bill and Frank did have a relationship, you know, a I mean more than just a regular partnership, you know, they were actual partners, and you know, it's implied in the video game, but then obviously they go out and do it and show you in the show, and I just don't get why people, you know, get so upset, you know.
well, usually it's just the Christians that get upset about all that dumb stuff.
Yeah, and it's
Uh,
like you're staying faithful to a character that you already made up, but now you are expounding on this character and showing and basically giving him more depth. And like I was a little upset. I'm not gonna lie that we couldn't get those classic scenes between Bill and Ellie, like them cussing each other out and stuff like that. Um, but I feel like the product or like the stuff they put out, like that episode, man, with Bill and Frank was probably 10 times better than how it was originally.
yeah,
Um, so I did really enjoy that. I think it was really weird for me at first about how they changed the way that the infection worked and the way that the zombies worked, because usually it was more about spores in the video game. You know, everybody needed to wear masks, especially when they're in like heavily concentrated spore areas. But now in the TV show, they did the whole like tendrils coming out of their mouths, and they're connected with the vines or whatever in the
Yeah.
ground. And so, I mean, I think that's a lot of a, or at least a better way, so you don't have to, you don't have to deal with having to, have actors in these freaking full face masks while they're, trying to perform. So, I mean, that does make sense. But
And
yeah,
you gotta think we kinda just got out of a big pandemic in the real
yeah,
world. Like, nobody really wants to watch shows with people in masks and stuff. Like, we're trying to get away from all that crap.
yeah,
Um,
that's a good point.
but personally, I thought it was more realistic, like, the
Yeah,
way that they portrayed that with getting infected and, the fungi, like, being overly connected to each other, and so I kinda thought the Chernobyl scenes, where they explain it was also really cool, in the beginning. Um,
oh yeah, man. And then that the start of the second episode
yeah,
with the doc or the scientist,
mhm,
and they're having her check out that dead body,
yeah,
and she's like, you just got to start bombing. There's no fix, there's no medicine, there's no vaccine that you can make for this. Just start
yeah,
bombing everywhere. Like that's crazy, crazy, crazy. Um and like I don't know, it's just like little things. I mean, I really like Neil Druckmann, and I like what they did with this show. Um
yeah,
like I said, like the changes that they made were really good, and then like it would be something that was changed a little bit, and then you'll get like this full scene from the video game pretty much
oh, yeah.
word for word, and like that was the best thing. Like I feel like this is the best adaptation from a video game that I've seen.
Dude, how about the opening or the first episode where, you're seeing Sarah's point of view from the truck? Like, straight out of the video game, like, the
Yeah, man.
angles, the dialogue, and I was like, "Oh, man, they are gonna kill it because they know all the most important moments." Um, yeah, they nailed all the stuff that was really important to the story.
And
I
then
think, oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I just like that change they made too, in that scene, how like you were expecting them to get T-boned,
Yeah,
from the beginning of the from the video game, but then all of a sudden this freaking plane comes and crashes.
yeah,
Yo, man, that was a real good scene.
it was, man. I think as far as, uh, video game adaptations, it was probably the best one on screen, TV, like, shows and movies
Yeah, man.
for video games, and, of course, HBO produced it, so they know what they're doing when it comes to, like, cinematography and story, um, so, man, it was really, really good, and a lot of times you go apocalypse and zombie route, the story isn't that good because you focus on the zombies and all that, but no, like kinda like the game, right? It's got a really good story, and it's really good.
Yeah. Have you have you actually I know well this isn't part of the TV show, but it's still The Last of Us related. Have you seen that they did the remake, or not the remake, but they did the first one, they put it out on the PC?
No, I saw they did a remaster for the PS5.
Oh yeah, but they basically ported it to the PC, and it is unfortunately terrible, bro. I've seen some like screenshots and stuff. Like, man, some of the like the frames is
Yeah,
just weird, like the shades and stuff is it's bad. And then I saw one screenshot, it looked like Joel had like nasty bushy hair and a beard, and he was wearing blackface.
Jesus. This wasn't a
It looked
mod?
that's how it
It was
looked
just
like.
like the
I
way it
don't
was
think
ported?
so. No, yeah, bro. I've seen a bunch of bad screen grabs of that. He kind of looked like do you remember that do you remember that World's Dirtiest Man that we were
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about on the
yeah.
show? That's kind of how he looked. Okay, and so like um I'll have to send you a picture of that specific thing, but like no, it's pretty bad.
Man.
But I mean that's a that of course is a huge misstep for Naughty Dog, but they're still winning from the video game, and I guess maybe they probably rushed it just to kind of come off the hype from the TV show.
Yeah.
Um, but
We
show's really good. Man, hopefully they'll get that fixed for all you PC players that want to play some The Last of Us. But
Yeah, you wanna talk about build up in stores and all that of certain games. You know that Mario movie's about to come out next week?
yeah.
Um, and so we went to Target today and Old Navy because we needed to get some clothes and stuff for the boys, and it's like Mario everywhere. I'm like, "Yeah, that movie's coming out next week." You know, it's about
Oh,
to be a big deal.
it's gonna be unbearable.
Yeah, me and Jaden already got tickets. We're gonna go see it on Friday night.
Nice. I talked to Odessa about watching it with her little brother, but
Mm, it'll be a
I
good time.
I do want to see it, you know, just for nostalgia, of course. But
Yeah,
yeah.
sweet.
Oh man. Yeah.
Well, guys, Last of Us recap, best video game adaptation. I can't wait to see what they do with season 2, because
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely
the
another question I was gonna ask you.
well, the
Um,
creator of the show, right, said he kinda wants to build a world around Bella Ramsey's Ellie,
yeah.
and I'm like, "Okay, well, does season 2 strictly follow part 2, and then they just keep on going, or is the bigger story of season 2 gonna be drawn out for a while where essentially what we know is gonna happen happens really soon, and then it's Ellie's world?"
I think what they should do is kind of you know all the flashbacks and stuff you played as Ellie in
Yeah.
The Last of Us Part 2 that kind of like bridges the time jump
Yeah.
between the two games. That they should definitely do that for the second season. And
They
I mean,
should
because
do a season leading up to the events of
up to the main story of The Last of Us Part 2,
yeah.
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 Because they already had like Dina in the show.
Yeah.
Um, so oh man, and they already had Shimmer in the show too. And
Dude,
if they put a whole lot of scenes of Ellie and Shimmer in the second season, it's just gonna be like that much harder when Shimmer dies in the third season.
I can't say what happens because I'm afraid somebody upstairs, my wife, Tiff, might hear it, and she hasn't played the game, so she would literally be one of those people who doesn't know what's
Yeah,
gonna happen, and I haven't told her. Um, but what if the second season was, like you said, that time in between, and then it ends with the very thing that
people are upset
divides
about.
yeah,
No.
as a
Oh
cliffhanger
no.
going into season 3.
That would be tough. 'Cause I mean it does happen
Really early.
pretty much in the beginning
Yeah.
of the game. So um yeah, I mean I wouldn't mind and you could still have him on the show like through flashbacks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you damn, but do you really want do you really want people to have to sit on that for like a year and a half probably because like
Yeah.
that's how long it takes for HBO shows to
That's the type of stuff people
come
come
back
back
now?
for.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
It's like the perfect cliffhanger.
You're right. I mean,
for the ending of the
it would
season.
be that's where that's probably where I would end it, but that's just me.
Um, yeah. So I'm interested to see what they do. The showrunner, yeah, the creator said it almost sounds like he wants to do it like right away and make it Bella Ramsey's world based off his interviews, which is fine. I mean, yeah, they did a good job with the first season, so hey, I'd keep watching. Um, yeah, man, HBO. Because man, you know what? Speaking of HBO, and I knew this was probably going to happen anyways because he's super old. But they basically leaked that that the last season of or the next season of Curb Your Enthusiasm's pretty much going to be the last one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like both that Robert B. Wade, one of the directors for
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
every single
The
episode.
direct, yeah, the director.
He 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 had a tweet about it that said, "Here's my first shot on the show, and here's the very last shot of the show." And but then they deleted all those tweets because another producer talked about it being the last one too. And when they leaked it, the last shot of the whole series appears to be Larry David and JB Smoove, Leon Black on an airplane. That appears to be how the show is going to end.
Interesting. I'm so excited. I shared or at least I saw that it was that they were done shooting
Yeah,
earlier last week. I was like, man, this is awesome. And then I was on a plane and I saw the guy I was sitting right next to was watching the season where Larry gets fatwad.
yeah,
And like I didn't even need to be hearing what he was watching. Like I could just like see some of the stuff and I was laughing. I was like, this that season was so freaking funny. Um yeah, man. If this is gonna be the last season, I want them to go all out. Cause I mean last season wasn't bad, you know what I'm saying? Last season was really good, but
yeah. I mean,
I don't know. Curb just doesn't miss a lot, you know?
no, and like Jesus, what was I gonna say? They
Hold on, man. I'm sorry. Let me let these cats out real quick. They're over here tripping.
yeah.
All right, come on.
Um,
All right, sweet. We back.
yeah, that show is just really good, and actually, I got it right here where we can share it on the screen for y'all. All right. So as you can see, this was a deleted tweet by one of the producers. The last scene of the last episode of the final season, and if you zoom in, like I said, it's basically a shot of Larry David and Leon Black on an airplane, which is gonna be how the show ends, which is gonna be
Damn.
great.
Yeah. It's gonna be
um,
bittersweet. I mean, I
yeah, I
haven't
mean,
been watching the show for that long. I've probably been watching it for about 3-ish years, maybe.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, it's gonna be bittersweet. That
Larry
show is so
David
good.
is like 78 though, or something like that. I don't know,
Yeah, they're all so old.
but as long as I get to hear Susie cuss out Larry David a couple more
Oh
times,
yeah. Oh
then I'll
yeah.
be good.
They gotta Susie gotta get on him at least 3 times this
Yeah.
last season.
Um. All right, folks. All right, we got probably two smaller topics left, but we're gonna get into one quick one. Maybe touch up on it for a couple minutes. But as you know, I haven't been on TikTok for very long. Just basically still brand new to it. But Congress is talking about,
Old talk.
yeah, they're talking about banning TikTok. And the thing I don't like, and a lot of people can say it's a conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy. Several congressmen, both Democrat and Republican, have thousands of dollars invested into Meta and other social platforms in the US who sell our data. And it's known that they sell and leak our data all the time. And even though TikTok is banned in China, they basically want to ban it here because some Chinese businessman, basically owns it and is a billionaire. Um, so essentially, they want your free speech to die. But they don't know technology, like, at all. Um, and I'm gonna show you a video, which should be one of the very reasons why we need age limits in Congress. Okay, here we go.
Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Only if the user turns on the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand the.
So if I have
Question.
TikTok app on my phone and my phone is on my home Wi-Fi network, does TikTok access that network?
It will have to access the network to get connections to the internet, if that's the question.
Is it possible then that it could access other devices on that home Wi-Fi network?
Congressman, we do not do anything that is beyond any industry norms. I believe the answer to your question is no. It could be technical. Let me get back to you.
Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home?
Does it access the home network? Your smart TV accesses your home network, buddy. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Your cell phone accesses your home network. Your laptop.
We really don't need anybody over, like, basically 60 years, and that guy's probably not even 60, maybe 55 years old in Congress. Uh, Jesus, these old
Yeah,
people.
man. Like, I feel like you could ask a 15-year-old that question and
Yeah.
they answer it the same way. I mean, if you're connected to your home network, I don't if that's the way it accesses it. Um, I feel like they wanted him to say something that was out of the way, or something that's, I guess,
It's
incriminating, or that they could be like, you see, you
yeah.
can't trust you can't trust these Chinese people. They're gonna steal your freedoms. Like, come on now, bro. Like,
It's
this
like
man
they
is just,
were playing, gotcha, and they
yeah,
just didn't know how to they don't even what's crazy is I talk about how many of them are invested in Meta now, right? Because
yeah.
apparently Facebook is trying really hard to buy political power to get TikTok taken down. Um, but literally like a year or 2 ago, they were grilling Mark Zuckerberg on Congress when he was getting in trouble for privacy concerns, and they were asking him questions about Google. Like, one Congress lady or man was like, "Hey, my grandkids get on Google and they search up stuff they're not supposed to be seeing. Can you help me fix that?" He's like, "I run Facebook."
Yeah,
Like,
I can't control what your kids watch. I recommend you putting a safety feature on there for your kids, a safe search
those are the
block.
people that run our country, guys. People
Oh
that
yeah,
don't even know technology, which is pretty much how the world is run now. And
and
these are
I
the people running our country.
and I can guarantee you that they really were like, oh, we got him right where we want him.
Yeah.
Everybody in the United States can see that this guy is a phony now. um, because we just grilled him. We grilled him to the max. We cooked his ass,
Yeah.
and like, no, like, what you really did was show people how much that
How
you,
incompetent you are
yeah,
in
how
technology.
much you say you care about this stuff, but you just don't do your research, and you
Yeah.
ask the dumbest questions. Um, there's some stuff that's inappropriate for children on there. How do you not have kids on there?
Dude,
Um, we can ask them their age,
y
but they can lie.
you know what was
That
really
more falls
funny?
on the parent.
One of the highlights from it was one of the older congressmen was talking about, "Why is it when I get on TikTok, all I'm seeing is, like, images and videos of all these half-naked women and everything?" And, he couldn't answer that much, but, the For You page is
It's an algorithm,
essentially
buddy.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's what you're liking and
what
everything.
you're looking at, because I've done this before. I mean, um, I've made like a separate TikTok account, and you can basically just swipe up and continue to swipe up and stop on like one basic kind of like genre of video,
Yeah.
and then you keep swiping until you only see that, and
Yeah.
that's all it's gonna feed to you. Like that, I mean, I feel like TikTok, the TikTok algorithm is actually pretty good at,
Yeah.
because I mean, it'll filter in some stuff that isn't a part of what you want to see,
Yeah.
but for the most part, like TikTok is real good about the algorithm. So if that old guy is seeing nothing but a bunch of half naked women, he
Yeah.
definitely
He just
wanted
told on
to
himself
see that.
basically.
Yeah, you just dry snitched on yourself.
And
So like it's crazy. Once TikTok is over and done with in the United States, something else is gonna pop up. It always does. Um
yeah. I
but
saw
it's gonna be a shame because the way that Twitter is moving right now,
oh, it sucks.
and of course this whole thing with TikTok, like social
Yeah.
media is just the worst right now.
It's true. And more specifically, American social media is the
Oh yeah,
worst.
it's bad. It's bad.
Like, I mean, like I said, I'm still pretty new to TikTok. I don't think I mean, I think I'm on it maybe once a day now. But I mean, there's still stretches where I go maybe 2 or 3 days without it. And
Oh, I'm a everyday talker.
yeah, I had to turn my notifications on because I virtually have no notifications for anything on my phone because I don't like to be bothered.
Yeah,
Um, but Tiff was sending me videos, and so was Colton actually, because I think he's like my only other friend on there. Um,
yeah, I gotta follow you
and
on there, man. So we need the
yeah,
unheard of TikTok account.
we do. But Tiff was saying, "Hey, did you see that video I sent you?" I'm like, "No, I haven't opened TikTok in a few days." And she's like, "Hey, look, I'm gonna stop sending you videos because it's taking like 2 to 3 business days to get a reply out of you." And,
I mean, hey
so
man, once I
yeah,
send the talks, you know, they're out into the world, man. Like sometimes I'm like with if it's a real good video and I feel
yeah,
like it might get taken down or something like that, I'll be like, hey, yeah, y'all go ahead and watch this video real quick.
yeah,
But yeah, sometimes I mean I'm definitely sending in videos to people who
uh,
aren't watching anymore. But I'm
yeah.
still like maybe one day they'll log in and then they'll get all these videos I sent them. They'll be like, damn, no, they're good.
I'd say Congress better be careful because and Rand Paul even told them in the Congress the other day, "Hey, Republicans, if you want to lose the next couple decades of elections, you go ahead and ban the first social media app that's ever been banned in the country. Like you ban free speech and see what happens."
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, listen, I don't know what it's gonna take for people to break from the norm.
Yeah,
And if it takes a social media website being banned for everything to for the societal norm to break, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? I'm
yeah.
here for it.
Start protesting real causes against Congress, like their term limits and stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
and then of course, like, and I feel like, especially for like social media, that will
yeah,
like, and this is more about the algorithm again. Like, it will literally show. Like, there's so many creators on there. It'll show you whatever you want. You want history.
yeah,
You wanna learn something. You want cooking videos.
yeah.
Like it that algorithm is damn near perfect.
Yeah, dude. Like yesterday, I was on it, and I saw a couple videos of those tornadoes that like rocked the Midwest
Yeah.
or Central, Arkansas and all those places. And I liked maybe one video of a tornado forming, and then sure enough, like 2 or 3 videos down, I'm starting to see all the tornado videos.
Yeah,
So
man.
that's like yeah, whoever built the algorithm was pretty good, but I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. We can talk about it some more maybe on the next one as well because I know you want to talk about the big AI advancements, which is almost unreal because we've been off the show for close to 2 months, And within 60 days, like so much has happened. Like AI has gone into lightning speed. It feels like, even though ChatGPT's been around for a while, but I think Microsoft's investment in it really started to scare everybody, and so now it's like everything is starting to become available to the public, and it's crazy.
Yes, bro. Like, I mean, especially I'll adjust my background picture right here of 045 getting getting packed up by the police. Um, but like AI has, to me, it's unbelievable how much it has progressed in such a small amount of time, man. Like, you get pictures like this. Like when I first saw this picture on Twitter,
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was real or fake at first, you know, and because like a huge tail used to be like the hands of people to where you could tell it's AI, but now AI is getting better with hands, and AI is getting better with doing the voices. Like you can't scroll on TikTok for that long without seeing Kanye West cover an AI cover of a song, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Of a Drake song, of a Kanye song. Hell, I even saw Kanye West singing Freebird, you know what I'm saying? And it did not sound bad, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
AI is going crazy, and there's nothing at this point that nobody can do to stop it, you know. And it's
No.
because it's only gonna get better and better the more and more the people tweak with this with AI. Like, yeah, it's gonna be scary, bro. Like you're gonna have people making images like this, and like people aren't gonna know that it's fake.
I say a quick business idea right now is me and you develop an AI that detects fake, or that detects AIs. Oh,
Ooh.
like, hey, you got an image, you got a school essay, put it in our website. We'll tell you if an AI did it. Um,
They kind of already do have that for teachers too, because then
yeah,
they can
yeah.
tell when papers are written like through like Chat
But
GPT or something like
I'm saying
that.
we do it for everything. We become Snopes for AI.
AI Snopes. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if we maybe should have launched that idea out into a public forum if we were actually going to do it, you know.
And on Facebook of all
And
places.
on
Zuckerberg's
Facebook
gonna take our
Live,
idea.
yeah, yeah, it's over for us. But no, I like that. That's a good idea. That really is a good idea. Um, but no, AI, man, it is crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. Even because of Microsoft's advance or investment in the OpenAI, now you can kind of get previews of it with Bing. Although the connection to Chat GPT essentially is still extremely different. Bing is more of a sponsored freemium version of Chat GPT. Um, it's cool for people that aren't used to Chat GPT, but I was using Chat GPT before you had to pay for it. Um, and so, uh, yeah, it'll get there though, I think. But all this other stuff, like the image generators, uh, yeah, the audio generators, even the AI videos where it's got the fake people talking, those deep fake AIs where it looks
Oh yeah,
like,
like the Trump and the
yeah,
Biden playing video games with Obama and the Queen and stuff like that.
yeah,
Like yeah, like
like
those are pretty
some
good.
of those are, yeah, they look really close to the real thing, you know?
Yeah.
Um, so it's scary, and it's almost like it seems like it's been a crazy advancement period just in the past few months, but clearly, you know, a lot of these things have been in the works for a
Yeah,
long
yeah, for
time.
years. I mean, you could see sprinkles of it here and there,
Yeah.
but like now it's everywhere.
It's like when ChatGPT was huge, and still is really. Google had to call in their creators. They're like, "Hey, we think this could take us over. Like, you got any ideas?" They've been all hands on deck for months because Google's trying to figure out their AI system now too. It's crazy, but I think it's weird because even now I work for Microsoft and they've been starting to implement things in our office tools called Copilot, and that's publicly announced. But essentially, it's like AI in Microsoft Office where it can help you make a planner for certain tasks and do all these cool things just for your job. And it's it's really cool to see how quickly this all happened, but also like this technology is gonna overtake some people's jobs.
Oh yeah,
Like you might not need an assistant anymore with some of these AI things coming out.
yeah, bro. Like it's gonna be able to do just everything, especially like using Chat GPT, like making plans. This thing will even it'll make up business ideas for you. Like
Yeah, I saw that. I actually have a business idea. I'm not gonna say it,
you already did.
but
It was the AI Snopes.
well that's one, but I have a legitimate one that I'm serious. I talked with Tiff about this for a while, and I think within the next year I'm gonna have an LLC, and I'll talk about it whenever I get a full design ready.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
It might sound stupid at first. I'll tell you offline, but
All right, brother.
I'm not gonna say it on Facebook with Zuckerberg listening.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Yeah,
Damn, bro, we
man,
came we came back and gave him a solid hour.
I know. It's been really good. We I didn't think we'd get to an hour, but it's been really good to get back
Yeah,
in the hang of
yeah. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, listener. Um, yeah, I already know it's been a minute since we did one of these, and I was a bit nervous. And then Jared said we're gonna be doing it live on Facebook, and I was like, man, I'm out of practice. I'm gonna sound stupid in front of all these people, but I don't know. Is anybody watching live?
I think we had one viewer from time to
We have
time.
one viewer every
Eh,
once in a while.
the first couple times it was probably me sharing it
Okay,
on Facebook,
okay.
but then there was one in between there who I don't know who that
I'm gonna
was,
say,
but
can we
somebody
can
was
we list
watching.
them off? Like, shout out to y'all
Yeah, I don't know.
for coming to our first live episode.
Next time we do this, it'll be live streamed on Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah, we'll have a little
So
simulcast.
yeah, we can have a bigger audience. Hopefully, I'll do a better job of promoting it next time. Now that I know we have to be live for this.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
crazy. Yeah, just doing the show live every week.
yeah. Um. Yeah, folks. Man, it's been really good to be back on, but
Yeah, man, this has been good.
now that we're getting ready to wind it down, just some positive thoughts for everybody, especially in closing. Uh, just know that hey, life comes at you fast, so enjoy the days you're in right now because you're gonna miss them one day. Um, of course, there's always good things to look forward to. That wasn't meant to be ominous. It's just saying, hey, always be in the moment. You know, experience what you're living right now. Um, yeah, I would say my Twitter, but I feel like that's dying down. I never even use it. Plus, it seems like a crapshoot now out there. But yeah, I'll pass it to
Yeah,
ABG.
Twitter's a hellscape. But um my closing thoughts. Um I don't know. We're going through times of transition. The weather's changing. time has obviously changed since we've been taking our hiatus. Time has changed. It's getting darker later, you know. So maybe take this time to change something in your life. You know, if it's something that you've been thinking about, just go for it. Something that's been weighing on your heart heavy, just do it. And maybe about
Nike.
8, yeah, right. Maybe about 8 times out of 10, or maybe for me personally, 7 times out of 10, it's worked out for me. So that's still a winning percentage. So, yeah, if anybody's listening, if it's something that you just been juggling, going back and forth on, um, just go for it. See how it goes, you know? And if it goes bad, blame me. Don't blame anyone but me. So yeah, I'll be waiting for some feedback from people. But yeah, that's it. You know, just trying to give some people some encouragement. You know,
Yeah.
because we could all use some encouragement sometimes. Um, Man, you can find me on Twitter at young without the O underscore ABG. Um, and you already see right down here underneath Jared where to find us as a podcasting unit. Um, Damn, I haven't done one of these outros in a minute, boy. Is that it? Hey, thank y'all for listening, man. Hey, I
yeah.
know we've been gone for a minute, and so it might take some time for maybe some listeners to come back. If we haven't lost everybody. Um, but thank you guys. If you got,
We'll find out.
yeah, we'll find out quick. You guys, if you got to the end of this episode, I mean, like I say all the time, thank you so much for listening. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah, shout out to the people.
Yeah, folks, thank you all for tuning in whenever you listen to this or watch back on YouTube come Monday. And with all that being said, we love you, we hear you, and we'll help you hear us. Hear it unheard of.
Peace.
Of.